Would you all like to join me in singing our opening song? Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel His mighty power and His grace. I can feel the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on His face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Nice. Thank you so much, Rick. So good to have you in the house. The accompaniment. Our Sunday services are being live streamed. Thank you for helping to support our Unity ministry. You may donate at these options, PayPal, or our website, unityofbillings.org. And thank you. We appreciate you. Okay, I don't see any children. Well, there are children of all ages, for sure. So we have busy bags in the basket in the back for any children with us, or if you just want to play while you're here.
Yeah, Christina here.
She does
Awesome.
busy bag basket.
Awesome.
She's, how old are you, 15?
Well, welcome, Christina. We have busy bags in the back, in the basket. If you wish. Today is our Sunday potluck dinner. Thank you all for being here, and please join us downstairs for some delicious eats and great conversation. Today, our speaker is Rev Orlinda Worthington. My tang was getting tangled there. Thank you, Reverend Orlinda Worthington, for joining us. And, it says right here, her message is untangle your tongue, or your roots. No, it's untangle your roots. Lessons from my ancestors and hairdresser. That'll be fun. Reverend Orlinda Worthington is always delightful. October 12th will be Reverend Edie Weigel, moving forward. And October 19th, Leslie Fisher, The Search for Significance. So that's our October lineup. And now, if you will join me in affirming our Unity of Billings affirmation. Wait a minute. Nope. I didn't turn the page. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hear the Unity song with Philip Friedman. So if you'll take a deep cleansing breath and center yourselves. And I'm going to work on my time.
Every prayer is answered, every prayer is heard, every thought and feeling, every spoken word, what your soul has longed for, what your heart can feel, is already here, is already real. There is no one out there is no other else. You hold all the answers deep inside yourself. There's a voice that whispers, there's no you, no me, there's just one, there's just unity. One flower, one present, one life to lead the way. All loving, all knowing, that answers when you pray. When the world looks darkest and your eyes can't see, gather all your troubles, give them all to me. I am always with you. I will always be. I am one. I am unity. We are one. We are
Thank you, David. And I now light our Christ candle, which is a symbol of the indwelling Christ within us at all times and in our service today. And now, if you will join me in, let's see here. It says up there that we're doing the daily word. So that's that's not what my paper says, but you know what? We're gonna go with this. So our daily word today is appreciation. Appreciation keeps me in a state of gratitude. Will you join me in affirming appreciation keeps me in a state of gratitude? It can be easy to take the blessings in my life for granted, for the gratitude I feel to be supplanted by the busyness and concerns of everyday life. But practicing appreciation is the best way to attract even more blessings and stay open to life and love. Appreciation and gratitude keep me in a state of awe and wonder, open to the beauty of the world, the kindness of other people, and the benevolence of God. With my heart and my mind open to the world's wonders, I am simply magnetic. I draw to myself blessings large and small, synchronicities, serendipities, and all kinds of wonderful surprises come my way when I am appreciative. I live in ease and grace, aware of the presence of God, and grateful every day. I will give thanks to the Lord with my whole heart. I will tell you of wonderful deeds. Psalms 9:1. And again, will you affirm with me appreciation? Appreciation keeps me in a state of gratitude. And now, our Unity of Billings Foundation principle. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And our Unity of Billings, our Unity of Billings affirmation. Through divine wisdom and grace, Unity of Billings is vibrant, healing, and inclusive. And now if you'll take a moment and gather your tithes, your prayers, infuse them with your love and your energy. and join me in praying. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. And now we're going to have some special music. Awesome.
Somebody. Just a minute.
Jane, will you introduce yourselves, please?
Yes, this is Christina, Rick niece, his brother Patrick's daughter. Patrick passed away a few years ago, but she is with us and we love her, love her, love her. And she's gonna help me sing today, right? Singing and dancing and, okay.
You want me to come and get it?
Yeah, sure. Come and get it. I was trying.
Someone please get this lady's money.
Thank you. Our song today is 132, I Am Healed. And I'm having allergies up the yin yangies today.
Me too.
But we're gonna do our best, huh? Yeah. So, we're gonna do all 4 verses, okay?
Do you want a microphone?
Yeah, you wanna play through it once? Thank you. Yay.
Thank you, Jane and Christina
Yeah.
and Rick. That was nice. Very nice song. Thank you for your tithes, for your offerings, for your gifts, for your presence, your love, as we continue being unity. Our love and our light fills this space and emanates throughout this city and the state and the universe. And so it is. And now, Yeah, just a few minutes. We're having some technical difficulties, but Reverend Orlinda, no, we're good? Okay,
Like, you gotta get her on the screen and
okay.
I don't know the grade, never.
Well, Reverend Orlinda Worthington will be with us momentarily, and she will speak to us, Untangle Your Roots.
Hi.
Good morning, Orlinda.
Good morning. Can she see us too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bless you. The technology gods will get this all figured out in a moment.
We can hear you.
They will. He's fixing it.
That way, and I don't think so.
Sorry, Linda, hold on. Oh, we spoke it and everything.
Right,
Oh,
audio.
I'm taking over, I got
Go for it.
Mr. Wizard, you fix it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ah.
All right, Orlinda, can you try talking?
Can you hear us? She can't hear us. honey.
She can hear us. Can you try?
I can't hear her.
Okay.
Okay, is she waiting?
No, I don't think
It's on her. Hang on, we're figuring out this.
No signal. No signal. There she is. Is there no?
Hang on.
Okay.
Say something.
Yeah.
Say something.
Good morning, I heard her say a little blip, so.
I guess, hence the need, we could have tested it out earlier, but I didn't think of it, I'm sorry.
No
But
problem.
we're rolling now, we're good to go? Okay, excuse me, I watch on, this is just part of the course because I watch on YouTube, I watch the service, so I kind of know what's happening and my time to come on, and so I first brought up the service on my phone, and Linda's up there and she's talking, and I'm like, oh, this is great, and it gets to the part where she's talking about, who's speaking, and she said, October, whatever it was, like the 4th is, we have Edie Waggles with us today, and Orlinda Worthington is with us here October 13th, and I'm like, wait, what? it was like the Twilight Zone. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm pretty sure it's me today. I was so confused. And then I realized I was looking at the 2024. So that gave me a heart attack there for a minute. I'm like, oh, man. Well, good morning, all, and I am so sorry not to be there in person. And Robin, thank you so much. I gave her a call about 8 o'clock last night. I started kind of getting this cold and I could hardly talk yesterday afternoon. I'm like, what is going on? I took a lot of naps, drank a lot of water. But at one point I said, I don't know that this is going to be a good idea for me to drive down there Sunday morning. And when I looked at the Bozeman Pass cam at 7 o'clock this morning when I was going to be leaving, slushy and icy, and had a friend driving back from Billings seconds to hear it. She calls, she goes, oh, Bozeman Pass, there's a, inch or more of slush and it's snowing. And so I thought, well, all right, as sad as I am not to be there, I think it was the right decision. But, so thank you for everyone. And I know Edie and other people, I think, rearranged schedules so that I could be here because I had some other business in Billings tomorrow, which that will all be changed. So thank you all so much. And what an awful day to not be there. I mean, my gosh, the music is wonderful. Thank you, Rick and Jane and Christina. That's so nice. And I followed along on my Unity hymnal that I must have stolen from there. But anyway, and the leaves, I don't even know if it was today or a year ago, but Linda was talking about leaves. And I don't know which one I was on, but one of the things I was looking forward to is the drive down because the leaves are so beautiful. And man, when you come along that Yellowstone River, I just love it. And it's been so gorgeous here until yesterday afternoon, and then the rain / snow kind of started. So a lot of synchronicities today. So thank you all for your patience with everything. With all I decided it was a good idea to just sit, stay, and be here now. And that's part of being for today. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and I think having hope and faith for a better world, maybe a better way of our personal life, or just continuing the great life we have right now, could be challenging. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. I don't know about you, but sometimes I can sort of give up hope or lose faith. And I heard a quote at a training I was at this week, and I don't know who it's from, but it was, "You didn't come this far to only come this far." You didn't come this far, only come this far. Now, I take that as a spiritual interpretation and a deepening. There'll always be a deepening with God or whatever your source is. So we didn't come this far to only come this far. So we want to keep going. We want to have faith. We want to deepen all of that. And another thing that I heard this week that I love, we have to do the best. And I do know who said this. We'll see if you do. We have to do the best we can. This is our sacred human responsibility. Albert Einstein said that. So we have to do the best we can. It's our sacred human responsibility. And I feel that way. You may or may not agree, but to keep up our sacred responsibility can be daunting at times. And just one of the things I'll offer for you today is the idea of getting back to our roots. Sounds kind of simple, but I went to a retreat in Banff, a spiritual living retreat in August. And what I learned from all the speakers there is there's really not a lot of new information. There are different ways of hearing it, different ways of understanding it, maybe some new tools, some new ideas that we can tap into. So that's what I'm hoping to share today. One of the presenters, Reverend Dr. Angela Acevedo, she talked about training your puppy. She recently got a new puppy. And she realized she didn't have monkey mind, she had puppy mind. It was very hard to focus. Anybody? Yeah. Sure, me. And also, puppies want instant gratification. Well, really, any dog does. If you're training them or wanting them to do something, they want a treat right away, right? So, synchronistically enough, driving back to Montana, my friend Catherine was with me. I have a book on Audible, and sometimes it just will pop up on my card. I don't know, whatever you call it. And it's probably operator error, but it was really weird. It was the book Art of Uncertainty by Dennis Merrick Jones. And it popped up to a place where he was talking about training his dog. And I was like, wait a minute, what? We both kind of looked at each other like, that's so weird. We were just talking about that. You love those things happens. But he said he developed a very important spiritual practice from his dog training. Sit, stay, be here now. Be here now. So I'm going to invite all of us to do that with all the technical difficulties, and be hard to be focused sometimes when the person's not there in person, but just take a breath and sit, stay, be here now. And I use that as a mantra a lot of times when I'm at work and my mind is wandering, or in a church or a training or what have you. Wait, just take a breath, sit, stay, be here now. We could always use that too for sit, stay, pray. If there's something that needs a little bit of work, that we're working on. And to sit, stay, and pray is really the root of not only New Thought, which unity is a part, but all religions that I know of, the idea that we get still and we get quiet so we hear the voice of God, our wisdom. And then we take those insights and we develop a larger meaning for our personal path, for our life. So at its roots, meditating, spending time just in quiet reflection is really deepening our connection to ourself, to our source, and to just know more about that which created us in this crazy life we're living, right? In his book, This Thing Called You, Ernest Holmes, who founded religious science very close to unity, said your whole aim is to bring your mind to a place where it consciously accepts the good it desires. It may take time to do this, but the reward is worth the effort. Divine guidance is yours for the asking. And the answer to any problem which could ever confront you already exists at the center of your being. So I love the idea of getting your mind to a place where it consciously accepts the good it desires. Because believe it or not, sometimes we don't feel we maybe deserve good, or we say, okay, we're going to pray for this, we're going to treat for this, and it doesn't happen, and we can't figure out why. So to keep us in the flow of life, to sit, to stay, and pray, to manifest even greater good in the way you want, we can go to our roots, the root of our being, our growth, our development, which is to sit, stay, be here now, get quiet. And what if all we must do to know God, to know ourselves, to fulfill our sacred responsibility, what if all we really need to do is to sit, to stay, be present? And those can be our roots as human beings of God. At least I think that's where our roots are. The roots of what unity and all kinds of New Thought principles teach us. And it's really not New Thought, it's old thought. Meditation, getting quiet, centering has old roots in the Bible. I'm not a Bible scholar by any means, but scripture frequently mentions meditation on the teachings and laws of God. And from Philippians, it says, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable. If there is any experience, if there is anything worth of praise, think about these things. So to me, I kind of interpret that, think about these things. Take some time to think and ponder on whatever is pure and lovely to you. And the Bible also says, set your mind on things that are above, not on things on the earth. Woo! Set your mind on things that are above, not on things that are on the earth. Now, obviously, we're living on this earth, and there can be times of turmoil. But if we can remember to be calm, to slow down, to sit, to stay, to be present, and keep our mind on things above, not on things that are on the earth. Now, by above, a lot of us think of, God or heaven or whatever your belief is as above. And interestingly enough, in the class I'm taking on kind of historical foundations of religion, talked about myth. And back in the day, people only knew, before written words, just storytelling. People who lived at the ocean and by water, they felt spirit as rolling into them. Other people who weren't near the ocean, maybe they looked up at the sky. They only had the sky to think about. Where is all this coming from? And I'm off on a tangent there now. I won't go further, but it was very interesting how we always kind of look up, and maybe that's because we're mountain people. We weren't sea people, or at least now we're mountain people, right? So we move from the roots of our sacred being, the roots of who we are from our sacred place, to, I'm going to say, the roots of our ancestors. Because I was sitting in a cave in Peru many years ago on a trip to Machu Picchu, and the person taking us said, okay, we're going to go to this cave and we're going to do a meditation on our ancestors. And I'm like, okay. And we had to crawl in this hole. You had to be guided in. And it was pitch dark. And I was not being here now at all. All I could think about was what is falling on my head? What is going to be falling, up my back? In this tiny cave, I can't see a thing. So I did my best, to take a breath, be here now. And she was taking us through this meditation, and I was having a tough time focusing, or so I thought. And all of a sudden, I kind of heard this voice, I guess you could say, saying, hey, who are you not to honor your roots, your ancestors, by leading a good life? You got it made compared to what they went through. Maybe like a lot of you, gosh, my dad worked really hard morning to night in a construction company. His parents moved his family from the East Coast to Colorado, farmed and worked very hard. And we can go way back with all our families. And a lot, way, way back, they lived through famines and wars and plagues. Just a lot of work to survive, to be able to stay alive, to be able somewhere down the road to create us, right? To create our life. So I thought, wow, it was like, wow, I got to think about my roots, not just my spiritual roots, but my physical roots of, the ancestors, because sometimes I can say, I feel guilty, I don't deserve this. And I think that kind of stops us in our prayers. We get root bound. We get root bound on things that muck up our mind. And then I say, wow, I have so much to be grateful for. Who am I not to live my best life right now? Because it's a way to honor all those people who came before us to create us physically or in other ways as well. But who are we not to live our best life? Who are we not to have our sacred being as humans, really? So sometimes we have to do a little work, and if I was there, we'd do a little meditation, but since we got a bit of a late start, I'll forego that, but I will maybe take just a minute of quiet, just to think about, what are the roots I might need to untangle? Sometimes we get root bound by all kinds of stuff that's coming in from our world, from our personal life, and it's not that those don't need to be worked with or untangled, but we need to do that work. What is keeping you root bound? A belief that really doesn't serve you. Is there anything that just pops into your mind off the top of your head? I'll give just a minute of quiet. So if you had something come at this moment, I'm going to invite you just to, have it a way of something to work with. Where am I root bound? I just transplanted a little plant, trying to keep it alive from the cold, and into a bigger pot, because the roots have to expand, right? If you get it too small of a little pot, they get all bound up in that plant, and it dies. And I think that could be like in our mind and our spirit. We can get root bound. So let's just contemplate that as we go forward into our week. What are the roots I want to untangle? And that's promised in my blurb for today. I'll go ahead and talk about these roots. Right now, my white roots, right? And I bring this up because as I was exploring the idea of roots, of course, we think of our hair, right? And some of you know, some of you don't, I was a newscaster for many years. So, I felt like I needed to look really good, right? And I always would color my hair. I had no idea what color it really was underneath it, after all these years. And, it was part of my identity, I would say. I'll bet a lot of women for sure feel that way, maybe you guys too. And so when I was done being on TV, I wanted the opportunity to see, what these really look like. And I gotta say, I was a little bit shocked, right? How much identity was tied to my roots, my breath roots, I thought I had. And in turn, how much identity was tied to that occupation, having to look a certain way, at least out in public, at least at my job. And it was hard. I won't go into, I'm telling you, it sounds silly, that the hair color can do that, but it was tough. And, maybe other ladies can relate, gentlemen. I might be losing your hair. I'm fortunate I don't have to do that too. But we all have some things, right? We all have some things physically that kind of root us to who we are. yet that's not really who we are. So getting back to the roots of ourselves physically, believe it or not, can be a lesson in self-acceptance. So we've talked a little bit about our spiritual roots, where we really come from. Maybe contemplating our physical roots, our family roots, and how our ancestors paved the way for us, and how we want to honor them by living our best life. And then we talked about possibly some physical things that might get in the way of manifesting our greatest life and how we want to live. And so those are just 3 things to ponder. Being willing to show and accept who we are physically. And I report because one of the things that I was reminded of at this training this week is people are always watching you. It doesn't matter if you're not on TV or whatever, people are always watching you. Whether it's your kids, it's your family, it's people you work with, strangers. They're looking to see how you behave, whether it's in the grocery lot or, at home. We all do that, right? So let's make sure that we are, behaving the way that we really want others to see us, because it's how we do things. It's not so much what we do, it's how we do them. And if we're comfortable with our physical self, if we are comfortable with the roots of our family and our spiritual roots, so all of those can be great lessons in getting back to our roots and really helping us. We're all having great, blessed lives, but to even more so, whether it's spiritually or things that we want here on earth. Now, I did a story one time, actually a news story in Billings, on how they train search and rescue dogs. And one of the things, they like to go to shelters. And this is a national program as well. It just happened that I was tying it in with the search and rescue team in Billings. But they go through the shelter and they take a ball. And they walk through the shelter and they show that ball to every little dog. And whichever dog really follows the ball, keeps their eye on that ball, is fixated with it, they know it's very trainable because it sits on that ball. I have 2 dogs, some of you know them. One will never take her eye off the ball. She would chase it until she probably dropped from exhaustion. She loves it. That is her treat, right? That is her incentive. The other dog is like, I don't really care. I don't want to run after